Hi and welcome to yet another exciting online cake baking lesson. Today we are going to look at the chocolate cake. So with the chocolate cake, the ingredients that I have in play is flour, eggs, margarine, cooking oil, cocoa powder, baking powder, sour milk, sugar, coffee, and vanilla essence. So when it comes to our flour today, we're going to use 2 cups of flour and 3 eggs, room temperature. Margarine we're using 180 grams. Cooking oil we're using half a cup. Cocoa powder we're going to use 3/4 of a cup. Baking soda we're using 1 teaspoon. Sour milk we're using 1 cup. Sugar we're using 1.5 cups. And coffee we're using 2 tablespoons. Vanilla essence we're using 1 teaspoon. Every time you see TSP, that stands for teaspoon. Every time you see TBS, that stands for a tablespoon. So we continue to our working space. Okay, so as usual with my assistants here, our hand mix, which is used for mixing purposes, we set aside for now. Our mixing bowl, a bit of utensils that we're having here. So we're going to grease our pans with butter. As you assist me doing that, I may start with the mixing of all our ingredients. So I've got 3 eggs here, cocoa, coffee, baking soda, vanilla essence, melted butter in a double boiler, cooking oil, sugar, and sour milk. So to begin with, I start with the melted butter. It goes in my mixing tin. Okay, and I go for my sugar into my mixing tin with the butter, my cooking oil into the mixture, and on a slow gear I start the mixing of the 3 dry ingredients. After everything is fully incorporated, raise it a bit to a high speed. Simmer. Okay. Okay, mixing completely. Completely. So gradually we'll add the eggs, and as usual you'll have to have a separate bowl where you're breaking your eggs. Reason being, in case the egg is gone off, you'll have to waste a lot of butter if you break it directly into the mixing bowl. So into a separate bowl I break the eggs and I put one at a time into the mixture. Into a mixing bowl. Okay, on the other hand you can see our measured flour and our measured cocoa into a separate bowl and set aside. Take my mixer, add another egg, one at a time, gradually, making sure it's well incorporated before we add another one. Mix it completely. Assistant is setting aside our cocoa powder and flour to to it, I'll add even the baking powder, the baking soda in it. Mixing completely. My last egg. Mixing up completely again. Coming up with a floppy, nice creamy texture. So that should be mixed completely as well. That is mixing nicely. It's also coming up. And to the vanilla essence added. That should be completely as well. That's for flavor. Mixing completely. Okay, until all the sugar is nicely dissolved. Until all the sugar is nicely dissolved. That is nicely mixed. Okay, so what I have here is a half cup of water where I add my cocoa and heat it up a bit. So you can heat that a bit for me. Okay, mix it completely again. Constantly mix it. Okay. When that is done, I begin to add the rest of my ingredients. So you can dust them completely. Just make sure they're evenly spread, greased nicely, dusted. In readiness for the mixture. So our oven has been preheated here to a temperature of 180 degrees on our timer set. That's our sour. That's our sour milk. Okay. Clearing up our area so that we have more working space and a better view of what the final mixing will be. Okay, so half of our mixture goes into our egg, sugar, butter, and cooking our mixture. Half of our sour cream goes in there as well, keeping the rest to come with the rest of the dry ingredients. When I slow heat, I begin to mix it. I begin to incorporate it together. Okay, that is coming up beautifully. It's a nice aroma of the chocolate. Okay, nice and easy. And a bit of the high speed, mixing it completely. Okay, as soon as everything is well mixed, bring your mixer to a stop. You add the rest of your dry ingredients, and obviously the rest of your sour milk, making sure everything goes in nicely. it up again with our mixer. Mixing it up again with our mixer. Mix it all up again with our mixer. Okay, and as soon as everything comes together, I raise it a bit, incorporate it more. Okay, minding our mixer there. Okay, nice and easy. Set it aside, bring your spatula, get the sides all together. Sides all together, folding time now. This is where you do the folding. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, making sure not to overmix it at any point. Adding our half cup and folding it again of our hot coffee. Okay, that is coming up. There's a lovely smell of chocolate here. Okay, nice and easy. Everything soaked up together. Okay, then you add the rest of the mixture. Fold it all up again. Fold it all up again. Nicely, nicely. Making sure not to overmix it, but making sure that the mixture fully mixes. Not to overfold it, but making sure that all sides are well mixed together. Okay, as soon as that happens and everything is fully mixed, okay, nice paste comes all together like that. Our chocolate cake mixture is done. So back to my tins, I make sure they are evenly sprayed. This prevents my cake from sticking. Make sure they are evenly sprayed at all angles. Like I said, this prevents my cake from sticking. That's butter dusted with flour. Okay, half goes into that tin. Half goes into that tin there. Nicely spread. Half into the other tin again. Nicely spread. Other half completely into the other tin. Generous, I'm really generous with my mixture. I'm going to spread it evenly before I can make sure I have even portions of both cakes. So both tins are supposed to have the equal quantity. So as you can see, this one needs a little bit more. So I add a little bit more to it. Spread it nicely. Spread it nicely. Okay. Everything else goes there. Okay. That is done. Slightly heat on the surface just to make sure it's well compacted into the tin. Okay, quite a noisy process here. Okay. Okay, that is well settled in there. Like I said, our oven has already been preheated. It's at 180 degrees. So we are throwing our cakes in, and for the next 30 minutes, those are going to be baking at that particular temperature. Okay, nicely. Okay. You take them out of the oven and check using a clean knife. If it comes out clean, then our cakes are ready. If there is stains of the cake paste on the knife, that means the cakes are not yet ready. But let's check to see what is happening in the oven. So I have here my first cake. As you can see, my knife is squeaky clean, meaning my cake is ready. Let me check out the other one. Pushing the knife in the center, the knife is clean, both our cakes are ready. So with the vanilla cake, we are done with our session. Catch me next time when we are doing the red velvet and the chocolate cake.